Okay, and we are live. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kat. How are you? Kat Leo is here. And Stephanie's here. Hello. Hi, Stephanie. How are you doing? And I might forget to say something. We can go into our intros. Yeah, I'm having a day too. Yeah. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and I am an author, editor, and sometime artist, and I'm having a brain fart currently. Okay, so who wants to go next and introduce
Oh, why not? My name is Charlie, or apparently Auntie C, which a lot of people have started calling me lately, and I'm okay with it. I write under the name of C. Dorsett. I have 9 books that are out. Please don't read them. The new ones coming out are going to be so much better. And I do a lot of streaming and stuff on my channel, and I've hosted the Project Shadow podcast for the last 13 years. So,
hi, I'm Bonnie. My channel is Bonnie Phillips Writes, and I am working to become an author in 2021. So I'm working on getting my first novel published.
Awesome. And I'm neglected to say that as a writer, I am working on my first book as well, which is a young adult fantasy. And as an editor, I'm a freelance copy editor and proofreader for independent authors and sometimes publishers. So that'll do. Let's see. And I already started to say hi to people. I don't know. I'm a little scattered tonight. Sorry, folks.
Oh, I completely understand. Before we got started, Bonnie asked, "What are you working on today?" And I'm just like,
that might
something.
Well, I haven't written all day, which feels really weird. Well, I've done creative things, but I haven't worked on any of my projects, my novel projects today. And I had an idea like right before I got the email from Heather about the live stream. And I was like, maybe I could fool around with this today. That it's just like,
nice.
Oh, now I'll be doing that on camera where people can see my face going. So there might be a lot of
fun of it. Well, if nobody noticed, I haven't really been on streams today. I was on Sako's. I listened to Sako's coffee chat this morning. That was great. And then I spent the whole morning editing and staying offline. So pretty much. And now I'm writing. So ready to go.
All right, that's cool. Excuse me. Yeah, I was listening to Sako's stream too while I was walking my dog. Yeah, as is my usual. Yeah, I wasn't really on anybody else's, or not on anybody else's, but I wasn't really much in YouTube today. I had things I had to do, lots of things. Yeah, I'm getting ready for my con.
You feel ready?
What's that?
Do you feel ready?
Kind of. I'm also, as part of this con, a couple other things I did today was I did some filming, which I'm not happy with. I kind of want to do it again, so I might end up doing that either tonight or tomorrow, about my con, which is called Necronomicon Tampa. No worries, Kat.
And hi, Find Freedom. I've never seen you before, so welcome.
That's Stephanie Whitson Writes.
Oh.
That's her other channel.
Okay. I didn't recognize the name.
Yeah. What was I answering? I don't know. I lost track. Because I'm a today. But another thing I was working on today is that I'm starting an Etsy shop.
Nice.
Nice.
I did decide to do that, but so I'm in smack dab in the middle of that. It's interesting and and more complicated than I thought. All the little boxes you have to check. Oh my God. It's crazy. So I would love to pick your brain, Cat Leo, if you're still here. You might not. Let's mute us, but I'd like to talk to her. Anyway.
Kat always has a lot of information about everything, which I really enjoy. I like talking to her about stuff.
Yeah, she's got a cute style.
Yes, that's true. That's true. She's very nice. So maybe,
to be quite honest, it feels weird being on a stream without her because she's on like every stream that I do.
I know.
It feels strange. It's like I'm here without my security blankets. I don't have a Stephanie. Well, I have Stephanie in the chat, but I don't have Stephanie, a Megan, or a Kat. I'm going to do okay.
Oh,
I'll give you a hug, Charlie.
You don't
need
to
like that. Yeah.
there you go. Hug. Oh, that's funny. No problem, Kat. I'm
back
for the Etsy chat. No problem, Kat. Well, let's see. It's 6:56. Usually, we start sprinting at 7. But
Do you have plans for the weekend?
Anybody wants to stay? Does anybody else have plans for the weekend? I have huge plans for the weekend, but
the con, right?
Yes, it's all weekend long, and it's it is okay. It is Florida's longest running con. It's been around since 1982. It is a nonprofit, and it's free this year online. Yes, so that's a great thing they did, and I think it'll help them tremendously because they're a nonprofit. They don't have a huge budget for marketing, so it's mostly locals, but some people do travel from all over the state, and some even come from other states though that are aware of it. It's been like I said, and guess who has come to this? And hello, hi Laura Nettles and CDP94. Hello.
Hey, CB.
We do get Timothy Zahn. He's been coming every year for I don't know, a long time. He is a Star Wars novelist.
Okay.
And a novelist, and he writes his own stuff too. But his tie-ins are so good.
I need to read his stuff.
Heir to the Empire was the first book that I remember reading where I just thought to myself, one day I will write something like this. Because that trilogy was really good, and some of his more recent stuff's been really good too. Ascendance was very good.
I've heard so many good things about his books, but the most important thing is he is such a nice guy. Oh,
that's
my
even
goodness.
more important.
He remembers everybody. He remembers me, and it's so strange. Because,
you are a very memorable person, Heather.
Well, thank you very much. Am I?
Yes,
You're great.
You're awesome.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I am going ahead and getting a page started because it is 6:59. I'm going to go ahead and find a timer.
It's time for me to start destroying a city.
What's that?
I said it's just about time for me to start destroying a city.
Time for me to work this outline. Right.
Oh, outlines! How I wish I could do you.
Oh, I got a big one. I'm transferring it into a notebook.
I'm that horrible kind of writer that I do an outline and then I'm done with the story. I'm just done with it.
Yeah. Call me crazy, but this is my beginning outline.
So you started with a plot embryo? Is that what that is in the middle?
I start with this, and then it goes to a notepad outline, and then it goes to a more detailed outline in a document, and then it turns in. I usually work this the whole time I'm writing the story because I tend to start writing the story before. This is a plot everything.
Because I'm just saying the inside looks like a plot embryo.
No, it's all the different things going on.
That's really cool looking.
Wow.
See, maybe I would outline if my outlines looked cool, but I just do like the boring list outlines. I think I have learned something. Make a cool looking outline.
I just brainstorm better on that big. I had a bunch of those from old calendars, and it's just awesome to brainstorm on.
That is such a good idea. Like I might have to try that.
Right, because you can do like the story circle. I can write out things in the circle. You know what I mean? As they happen, the main points, and then come back in and add anything I think of. I can scrap on the board.
That is a cool idea.
It's helpful. I'm very visual, so.
Can anybody hear my husband, who is apparently sawing lumber right now?
Is he a lumberjack?
No, he's making chairs again, and I can hear the table saw running, and I didn't know if you all could.
Carpenters are handy.
No.
Well, he's a chef who also is a really good carpenter, so he's literally making all the chairs for our restaurant.
Wow. That's awesome.
They're really pretty. But
nice. Wow. My dad was actually a upholsterer.
That's cool.
So I picked up quite a bit of that as a kid, working in the back of the shop and stuff.
That's a talent.
Here and there, not continuous.
Oh, he was an upholsterer.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do that exactly right.
Yeah, he did a lot of he did a lot of stuff. He mostly did furniture, but he could do like boats and vehicles too. So mostly really nice furniture, you know.
Cool. That's
yeah.
That's really cool.
Gotta have a trade.
What does everybody? What would everybody like for a timer? You want to start with 15 or just go right into 20?
Sure.
15 sounds good because, like I said, I haven't done anything today, so that would give some time to like get organized. Get some stuff going in my head. I like kind of starting with a 15, just warm up.
I've never used this before.
Harley, I like you so much to finish your sentences. Just kidding.
Oh, this one. I'm going for the angry bender because he always loses, but I have hope.
I'm gonna go for the green guy.
I really would like to read that. I keep hearing so many good things about it. And was that you, Charlie, that was talking about maybe having a stream just for reading?
I'm actually thinking about doing that this weekend. Somebody pointed out that I think it's Jessica does those, and I've got a bunch of books that I want to read, and I've been thinking about just to make myself actually take the time to not be doing other things, like sitting down and reading. Do a read with me, and just like let's dedicate some time and do like normal like sprint stuff and talk between, but we're reading. Because if I tell the internet I'm doing it, I have to do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my thing too for today. Because I told certain people I'd be doing certain things today. Oh boy.
Well,
let's see.
I failed then because I told the internet last week that I was going to learn this software. I failed big time because it's still
My
still
channel,
sitting here on the shelf, not even out of the box yet.
my channel is basically my online accountability group.
I failed.
I tell them I'm going to do stuff with it. They're like, "Hey, have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? Have you done it yet?" I'm just like, "Oh,
I meant
yes."
to, but as soon as I do that, that means I have to start filming video.
Yeah, I just watched the replay of Alexa Dunn's live stream yesterday
Oh,
about
I watched
how
it.
to
It was
do your
great.
channel, and I'm just like, "Oh yeah, I need to do a bunch of batch video recording."
I was
should
going
actually
back and
get
forth.
better
I
at
had
that.
both you guys up. I had both you guys up at the same time.
I should get better about that. Ooh, CB, that's good luck with that. Music theory gets me, man. Like I have a new
That's a great. I like that. What I'm so sorry I'm interrupting you. If I interrupt anybody, please just tell me.
No.
I have ahead of time. I have a tendency to do that.
No, like I like to warn people on my channel. Hello, Devin. I have back issues, and people don't need to see my grimace faces, so I can't.
Well, if I interrupt, I'm sorry. I don't do it on purpose. I just bursting with excitement, I guess.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's cool. Hello, Devin. And maybe just a couple more here, and then we'll get started. Okay. Hard. Okay. Who wants to? Am I frozen? Okay, there we go. Who wants to say ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Okay. All right. Set.
Sprint.
I'm waiting for the order to go.
I know.
My fingers are primed and ready. I don't have any buttons to click, so my hands can be free. Let's go.
I'm writing the words in my head.
Either that or I'm going to get you, my pretty and your little dog, too.
And, of course, can't see a thing because I'm in here. Somebody say go.
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 Awesome.
Of course, it wasn't the gray one. He never wins. He never wins. Evil blue bot, you stole the race, didn't you? Didn't you? Sorry, I like to mock the timers for kids. It makes me feel good because the one I pick always loses. I guess you could say it's kind of my shtick.
I unmuted you. I'm sorry, I muted you earlier because I guess you forgot. So
Oh, sorry.
I guess I had to unmute you.
I got 220.
No worries, no worries.
See, word count
that's
doesn't
cool.
do justice. Word count just doesn't do justice to what I got done. Yeah, I wrote 32 words, but I named 2 characters and the city the story takes place in.
But that's good.
And that's got to be worth like a bunch of work right there.
Oh yeah, that's worth a few hours.
Cleaning the
Hold
office.
on 1 second. 1, 2. Here we go.
Actually, Eva, I gave up on cleaning my office because we're theoretically switching which room is my office and which one's the hubby's like weird garden thing. And that's been in process for like 6 months now. So like my protest is that office is going to continue to make you trip every time you go back there to get something out of it until we get it moved.
Yeah.
It's my passive.
I'm always looking and getting my apartment. So, sorry.
I have kids. I definitely know about tripping on things. So
It's just my form of passive resistance. It's just like, I'm not going to say woo about it because I don't know where you want any of this stuff put, but if this is going to happen.
Looks like Laura's off to do some laundry, and
that's worth all the words.
Forgot.
Nice, Stevie.
It's really slow. That's a little slow. There we go. Yeah, nice. Very nice. For 15 minutes. So
that's really good for 15 minutes.
Very nice.
Like my goal in 25.
You must have worked the whole time.
Exactly. You knew exactly what she wanted to write. Which she Joan? I worked on my Etsy shop. I worked on a description of a set of note cards.
Ooh. Product descriptions are really, really hard. And it just makes me think of Elaine from Seinfeld, whose job was writing for the catalog. Like every time I like put something up in the right bubble or something, I just want to do like some like pithy like little thing like she would write for the thing because she was so cool. And I'm like,
I think I've seen every episode of Seinfeld
at least 20 times
in high school, right?
I don't know if it's still up or not, but Hulu used to have a button that was called Seinfeld Vision that you could just hit it and it would just randomly play an episode of Seinfeld.
I don't know what that was. I want to find out though.
Oh my gosh. Funny.
So I've probably watched all of Seinfeld so many times. I have no idea. I'm having a bad day. I'm just going to do this.
So Charlie and Heather, being Heather, have you ever seen the movie The Heathers from the 80s?
Oh my goodness, yes.
I just watched that last night.
I love that movie. They made a musical out of it that's not very good, but they made a musical
like the
out
original Mean Girls.
Yes.
It's crazy.
You know, yeah. And it was
I'm on an 80s movie lately. So.
80s too. And you know, I was a teenager in
so that was
you know, I could relate to it in many ways.
I thought it was really funny because my friend had just gotten a set of croquet. My friend had just gotten a set of croquet mallets and had set a thing up in her just off the patio of the apartment that she lived in for us to play croquet. Like when that movie came out and we watched it, and we were like, "See, we're really cool. We're doing what the big kids are doing."
I like croquet. I like bocce ball too.
Winona Ryder was so my spirit animal when I was a child. Like,
It's so interesting to watch some of those old movies now that you've seen them from then and you see them now and you look back and you're like, wow. Yeah, like Sean Connery, I think is in there too, maybe.
Yeah.
I know Christian Slater's in it.
What?
Shannon Doherty.
I don't remember. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's been so long since I've seen that. But yeah, I do get that joke from time to time. But
That is awesome,
Are you a
CB.
Heather? No, I'm a Veronica. Right.
Oh yeah, I've never been a Heather in my
Heather, but
life.
No.
Oh my goodness, CB,
But
that
we
is
love you, Heather.
What's that?
I said we love you.
What did you say?
You're a Heather we love.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
put on the heart crown.
Yeah, the movie came out in the very late 80s. Came out around, I think it was around the time I graduated from high
I think
school.
it was 86.
So, yeah.
I think it's
88.
so.
Oh, before that. Oh, see, I didn't really watch it. Actually, I guess I caught it later.
Or like me, you get all the years confused because I'm sitting there going, I remember seeing that in the theater because my sister took me to see it in the theater. And yeah, that would have been like the year after we moved to Maryland. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Time frames sinking in your head.
I think I saw it in the 90s, but I was alive then. So
yeah, I later. Yeah, but in 1986, I was in my junior year. No, sophomore. No, I guess it was my junior year of high school.
I feel young.
You are young. Yeah, and that, well, when I had my birthday, I turned 50.
I'm
still
25.
observing that, apparently.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You're not that much older than I am.
There we go. This is weird. Yeah, being weird. I can't, like.
Luckily, I'm blessed with looking pretty young, so.
Well, I looked old my entire life, and apparently I finally settled into my age. Oh, kiddo.
Mm-hmm. Got a few of those.
Oh, no.
That's what I said.
Oh, no. See, I would volunteer to help you, Eva, but I have taken a solemn oath that I am not writing code anymore unless I absolutely have to, which I've been threatening to break. Like, you have no idea how much.
No ability to do that.
Like, that was too much of my life for too long.
Yeah. Wow, I 86. Yeah, it sounds like you and Vanya are on the same age.
I would have been in middle school, I think, in 86.
Right. What year? 86. I'm trying to find something to base that on.
See, I know we moved to Maryland in 85. And I know that for a fact because we stopped to get gas on the way out there, and when we got back in the car, I remember hearing that Jackie Gleason died. And so I have a historical event that I can look up and know that's the year that happened. And I don't know why I took it so hard, but apparently as a child, I'm a huge Jackie Gleason fan.
Yeah. Well, in 85, my family and I, we all moved to Atlanta from the New Orleans area. And so I remember in 85 that Back to the Future came out that summer. And then the following year, I don't know. Oh.
I feel like I'm being haunted by Marty
Fractured.
McFly. That's like the 5th conversation I've had today that Back to the Future has come up in.
Ouch, Eva.
Yeah. Yeah. Ow.
Sorry, CB.
A lot of comments and StreamYard has been really odd.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has.
WrestleMania 2 is 1986.
Oh, okay.
I remember seeing, we used to watch it, my brothers and I, mostly my older brother and I, used to watch. But it was, yeah. But we used to watch, oh, what was his name? Camacho, and all those guys. And,
Macho Man Randy Savage.
the Steamboat. Yeah. Oh, that's right. The Challenger was in 86.
Yep.
If you guys like wrestling, can I give my cousin a shout out?
Sure.
If you like wrestling, check Fightbox out. My cousin is a fight commentator.
Oh.
Over in Poland and Russia area. So
Challenger was in 86.
It's called Fightbox.
Because I do remember that. Fightbox?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will never forget the challenge.
Yeah, I don't care who else now, but and I couldn't watch it with my kid for reasons. But,
he'd be happy. Let me see if I can.
I will never forget the Challenger because since they had a teacher on there, they actually wheeled a television into class for us to watch it live. And so we were all watching it live and we were like, what just happened? And then they quickly moved the television out of the room when the teacher realized what was going on.
Yeah, I remember I was home because it had snowed that morning, and it rarely ever snows in Atlanta. And of course, by noon it was mostly gone because that's Atlanta. And my father was watching it, and he about had a heart attack because for reasons. Yeah, long story. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fightbox.com.
Hello, Abigail.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm skipping ahead.
I don't think it's been that fun. I don't remember if you've been here before, but welcome and thank you for coming.
Her book, The Dark Castle, is an amazing read that if you want to see a dragon in another alternate universe, call me out in the first chapter, not by name and not intentionally, but really, like, seriously call me out. Read her book. It's amazing. It's so good.
Sounds interesting.
Sorry, I just wait till y'all have books out. I'm going to be embarrassingly promoting you everywhere too. It's what I do.
That's really cool. And got banned in your house? Interesting. Nobody cared for it. Oh, and I apologize for any family noises, folks. My kid's getting ready for bed.
It's all good.
Yeah, you can only hope. I can only hope I eventually finish my projects.
I'm sure you will, Eva. Keep working.
You'll get there. The first one is the hardest, and then the second one is harder, and the third one's harder even still because you start judging yourself by like everything that you've done. And so don't be like me, and just actually don't be like me then, be like me now, and just be like all carefree and like, people like it, people hate it, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm at that point too. I'm at that point. One I know it's going to be great, but this one I'm not worried about. But my first fiction book, I'm nervous. So. Not the nonfiction doesn't scare me, but the fiction, you know.
People have opinions.
That's okay.
And Abigail, you will never get used to it.
This StreamYard is being extremely slow, and it's hard to even go through my comments.
And Abigail, you will never get used to me embarrassing you, because I will always find new ways to embarrass you.
Number 82. Come on, show the comment. There we go. Yeah. Well, you know, if you're, I don't know, who's a huge, you know, puts a book out a week, at least one a year. Who puts like 2 out a year? Sarah can.
I'm going to be publishing Novella a week next year. So
nice.
Yeah. Abigail. Yes. At least I'm attempting. Eva's comment. I can't even show it. There it goes.
I can't wait either, Eva, but I kind of have to, because I came up with a scheme today of how I'm going to do it. I know what I'm doing. There are going to be tie-in shorts for YouTube that are going to be going up on the channel when the books for each book.
A softback. That's great. We know what you meant. We know what you meant. A scheme.
That's what I spend most of my day doing, is plotting and scheming.
Well, folks, let me know when you want to have another.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Another sprint. I was going to say something else. I was going to say screen.
Oh. Yeah. You need to learn to just tell me to shut up, because
me too.
Because I am a chatter, and once I get started, like, have you seen any of my Friday streams? Like, they start off, we're going to be productive, and like 3 hours in, it's just like, hey, everybody want to talk, and then like 8 hours later, it's like, maybe we should stop.
It's always so much fun, but I'm always afraid that people are going to say, well, aren't you going to spread? I like your hair too, Bonnie.
You know, I have purple hair envy right now, so bad.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Let's go. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add that back in.
I guess I was muted.
Let's see.
Just be careful if you're like me, start having like 15 mute buttons that you have to remember to press.
Yeah, I have. I control all the microphones.
No, like every step along the way from my microphone to the internet has a mute button on it, and sometimes I don't know, just to be super safe, I hit all of them and then I forget. So many ways to mute myself.
Yeah.
Have a good night, CB.
Okay. See you later. Thanks for coming. Okay. Okay. So maybe we should do this the proper way. Okay. Do you guys still want the robots?
Sure.
Is that okay? Or have
I
you had
love
enough of robots?
Pick the yellow one this year, too.
You have robots?
I have to say, the robots in the princess race are two of my favorites, and the Halloween race I use way too much on my channel. But I'm sticking with number 3 because he has to win eventually. Those eyebrows have to stick out far enough that he actually wins at some point.
I'm gonna go with 2. He's like a heavy bender.
Yeah, he looks very surprised too. I think I'll go with number 1. Okay. Okay. Do we want to do? Let's see. Okay. How about I get one person that says ready, set, go. Just make that easy. Let's see. Okay. This is weird. Is there any other way I can do this? Oh. See, I'm not used to using this. Excuse me, folks. There's another way I can do it, right?
Thank you, Abigail.
Or not. Oh, that's better, but I can't see the button, so. Yeah, I'm unused to using this. Okay. Hey, Bonnie, do you want to say ready, set, go?
Ready, set, go.
There we go. Okay. Well, hang on again.
It's never the one. Never the one that I pick.
I didn't even see who won.
It was the same one again, wasn't it? Wasn't it the blue jukebox looking one?
That's what I saw.
Is that what I saw?
But then again, who should ever trust my eyes?
I got 268 that round.
Right. Sorry. 268. Oh, great. Good job. And I spent time struggling with Etsy. Yeah.
I got 355.
And my internet.
Nice, Charlie.
The moon is bleeding and she doesn't know why. It's never a good thing when you go out of your house and you look up at the sky and the moon is weeping blood into the sky overhead.
What are you seeing, Julie?
No, that doesn't make me at all.
I am definitely a moon server myself.
Uh-oh, you're doing server boosting on Discord. This is going to be a thing. I was reading about that today.
More comfortable.
Sleeping.
That's perfect for October.
That is. I know you're done. That sounds very creepy and eloquent at the same time. Yeah, my internet is, being a pain. So it is taking a long time to get through this one item.
We have pretty good internet so here. I think 3 or 4 people are on. Well, 1, 2, 3 other people are on computers right now besides me. So
my husband's on the TV, which is a smart TV. So essentially, it's a computer. I don't know if he's watching a second game on his phone or not, but that could be. What's that? Did I do something? Oh.
No, my family likes to play games online, so I'm sure that's going on in a few other rooms. Come on, kid, go. Go.
I'm really. If it is killing everybody's vibe, I'm sorry. Sometimes my internet is really weird.
Eva, you never kill the vibe. It's all good. You bring the vibe. Right.
That is so cute.
I am currently trying to find butterfly wings for reasons, and that is a much harder task than I thought it would be. But then again, I have requirements, so.
Wings for you or wings for something else?
For me.
Oh, okay.
For a thing.
Are you going to be Charlie's Angel?
I'm not going to say what it would be, but it's for a stream. I will say that. I'm really wanting to do some cosplay for some of the streams and do some costume stuff, but I'm too demanding when it comes to like what I want to get. I don't
like. No, I was thinking of putting something on, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm in the mood now because I've been struggling so much with Etsy.
Who's celebrating?
Sorry,
I wonder.
I'm sorry.
I said, whose celebratory stream is an hour?
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask that too.
Yeah, Tamama writes.
That's very interesting.
How close October is.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Oh, Preptober? Yeah, that's getting ready for NaNoWriMo.
Yeah. I'm doing Prep September, so I want to be extra ready. I want to go in with a good chunk of writing done. So
well, I got talked into being one of the co-hosts on the Really Seriously Terribly Bad Idea on the first of stream on the 1st of November. So I am not taking. I do feel like I have to say this. I am not taking part in the really bad, terribly stupid idea. I'm not actually taking part. I'm just going to be there for the ride. But, and by the way, that's not me like talking down to it. That's what they're calling it. That if you're not familiar, Tabuggy and the Nerdy Book Nerd are going to try to each write their entire 50,000 words on the first day of Nano. And they're doing a 24-hour live stream.
Wow. Good for them. That's courageous. Good for them.
Yeah.
You to challenge yourself.
Yeah. It is courageous.
I won't be doing that, but way to challenge yourself.
Like I said, I am going along for the ride. I'm going to be there as a co-host. But
I'm getting anxiety thinking about it. Whoa. That's a lot of work.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
you have an outline.
If you haven't been watching the Nerdy Book Nerd's channel, she's been prepping for
it. So he's ready, yeah.
So she's gotten to the point where I think she's been doing 10K days quite regularly.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's going to be a thing.
You'll start now.
So Morgan Hazelwood just got 300 subs. That's awesome.
Nice.
It really makes me September. Yeah, talk about brain exhaustion. Oh my. That would be if I were to.
Well, see, that's going to be the fun part because they're in because I think it's starting. Well, I can't remember which time zone they're starting in, but it starts at like really early in the morning my time and goes through the night. So I'm not going to be in there till like the last hours of it. So they're going to be crispy toast Kringles by the time I get there, which will be fun.
Yeah. I'll probably hit up some streams just to get some work done, but
yeah, it's going to be a lot of writing streams with them. But
I don't want to do 50K in a day.
I want to watch somebody do 50K in a day. I will definitely be there cheering that on. That's amazing.
Yeah. I would cheer it on, but
going back to back.
Probably try for a 10K day that day, but
yeah. That sounds that's a challenge in itself. So for me, anyways,
yeah, and Eva,
I tend to get to like 6-7K, and then I'm like, when I really push,
I know the feeling.
I like about 2,500 a day.
Yeah, I average about 3 to 4 a day, usually.
I'm doing editing in the morning too, though. So.
Okay.
Charlie, you're a champ. Wow.
I'm a what?
What's that?
You're a champ with that novella experiment you're doing.
Yeah, there's so many almost finished.
Wow.
Like that's why I kind of took most of today off, is I had this moment of like I've got 2 completely done and about 4 that are like within a couple chapters of being done. And then I was like, I have no plan for what happens afterwards.
That's like idea. You have to have idea.
Oh, no, I have so many ideas. Like, I'm nowhere near running out of ideas. It's just like, how am I going to get these edited? How am I going to do, like, I need a plan for getting them out into the world. And that's kind of what I worked on today.
Nice.
Because it's a lot.
Yeah. You took on a lot. Yeah.
Bye, Eva.
So what'd you get done, Heather?
So, yeah, I was struggling with Etsy because of my computer going so slow. My internet is so slow that I was trying to type over right next to another word, and then I was going to get rid of another word, and, just some editing. And it was so slow that the words just kept going, and it was like, because I was going to put the word assorted with assorted images attached or something. I wanted, right now it says a set of 5 3-inch square all occasion note cards. And then because I was trying to write assorted in front of white, but it was going so slow it wouldn't even type the whole word assorted. So it ASS OWHITE. You can kind of fill in the gaps there. I'm like, no.
Never heard assorted spelled that way.
Yeah. That. It sounded like.
Just feel happy that your autocorrect doesn't have Tourette's like mine does right now. Like, it is.
You write the right thing and that it changes it
to something dirty and wrong.
Right. Or totally off, right?
Oh, no. It's turning like every word into a 4-letter word. Like, it's just decided my foul mouthery needs to be out into the world, and I'll like reread a sentence and I'm just like, I did not say any of those words.
And now it's got like 5 words all in one. And then of course Grammarly is on, because I always have it on for internet. And it's like as a way of envelope included. And it's just like and it's
I don't even know what you said.
Away.
I don't even know what you said.
Heather, have you tried? Have you tried like just writing in notes and then posting it over so that Grammarly sees it second? Because Grammarly may be slowing you down. That may be a lot of the.
I wonder if that could be it. I've got rid of the only thing I have open is a tab for Etsy, a tab for StreamYard, and a tab for the Google to get the timer.
Because I don't use Grammarly. I use ProWriting to help with that. But I had to turn off its like check as I type feature because it ate my internet, and I've got like really good internet, and it would find a way to break it. So that might be your Grammarly doing it to you.
Maybe just turn it on for certain.
That's what I do.
It's been so long. I have to figure out how to do it.
I use it like old school spell check. I turn it on at the end and go, oh, wow, everything turned colors.
That would be interesting. Yeah. This is frustrating me, so I might end up doing that.
Just saying, I know that's something that I had to do. But I don't know exactly how similar they are because I haven't tried Grammarly in forever.
It was just something that I had put on this thing a couple of years ago, and for at least something in terms of a that would benefit, and so I don't look like an idiot. When I'm, I don't want to make them now with my perfectionist tendencies. I don't want to make any mistakes. I'm talking about myself as an editor online. I don't want there to be any mistakes.
I'm sure they have a feature like Pro Writing Aid does, where when you're done, you can just click. It puts a icon up in the bar, and you just click it, and it checks everything. Then, because then it's not constantly doing it. Because depending on how many rules it has turned on, that can eat a lot of power.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. I have not used Pro Writing Aid yet, but I keep hearing a lot about it, especially here in AuthorTube land, and I've heard of other things too. So, there are also there is a one specifically made for editors called I just had it. Perfected. That one I'm going to get very soon. But anyway,
yeah, I'm kind of going to be using Pro Writing Aids for a while because when they first launched, I really liked it, and I bought the lifetime plan because they had for a limited time this much, and you have it for life.
Oh, nice.
And so I just bought one of those. So
nice.
It's a bill I don't have to pay.
It's a great idea. Yeah.
And like I say, if they ever want to sponsor me, like I love your product. Like send me money.
Nice.
That's just me getting more shameless. Not like I have much shame to begin with.
So that's something on my list. It's definitely on my list. So, yeah, I'm also very tired, folks. So I didn't get to bed till very, very late last night.
What is this bed of which you speak?
Well, pardon me if I'm yeah. So pardon me if I'm a little bit, I don't know, punch drunk or whatever.
You don't have to apologize, Heather. You are just amazing just the way you are.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Would you guys like a sprint? Anybody else?
Sure, I kind of want to know why the moon's bleeding. The fun of being a pantser. I don't know the answer either.
I can only imagine why the moon's bleeding.
I
have a few ideas, but I don't know which one it is.
What I might do is just look because I see stuff later. Do I hear tarot cards?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
That's a great idea. As soon as I was like, hey, yeah, I know what he's doing.
Yeah,
these are the cards I pulled today.
I was looking for an answer to why the moon is bleeding, and that's the card that I got.
Oh.
These were my daily cards for the day. So, Sako pulled card this morning that I really liked, so I pulled some myself. So
I love that.
What kind of cards are those?
Yeah, I have used.
I don't remember the actual name of the deck. I got these so long ago, but they are. It's an angel themed deck. So all of the suits are a different type of angel on them. So I can just pull a second card.
So those are regular tarot.
And then where they get different is the major arcana. Each one is an angel or a fallen angel. And so as you can see, I pulled Uza, who is
Oh.
the version of the hanged man. He is the angel that kind of sort of fell. The stories about him are really interesting. He is the angel that hangs between heaven and earth.
Mm.
And I'm just like, that's a really, when you ask the question, why is the moon bleeding? And that's the card you get. That's a very interesting answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
I want to know how the moon started bleeding.
Really interesting. Oh,
I have a feeling that we're going to find out.
Mm.
yeah.
Hi, Kat.
Welcome back, Kat. You were disturbed by what?
Wow.
What's that?
I don't think you want us to say what it means. WAP, wet, tushy, lady part. I think that's the safe search way I can say it.
What class is this?
It's a song. Wet tushy lady part.
Oh,
WAP.
oh,
And I think you know what the original words are now.
oh my.
I love adult streams. Maybe not in the sense you're thinking. Adult author tube streams.
I wasn't thinking anything like that. For goodness sakes. You're making me out to be much more of a dirty birdie than I am.
I would say right,
It's natural.
And yeah. Well, yeah.
You have fun with us, don't you,
Oh,
Heather?
interesting. Oh, sure. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was just kind of joking too, for this search and, they observe in all the things. So I was saying, other words like write and work.
See, ever since that song has come out, the hubby has come up with about 60 different things that acronym can mean. And we'll start reciting what sounds like going to be the lyrics to that song. And then when you get to the punchline, changes them. And he thinks it's the funniest thing that has ever been done in the history of comedy. I'm sorry, but the response to it is good. But check out the WAP Ben Shapiro remix, because somebody took the original beat and took him reading the lyrics and put them back over. And it is the greatest thing. And I feel sorry for his wife.
No, thanks.
What am I watching? I have no idea.
If you don't know, you probably don't want to know.
Yeah. I'm consumed with writing videos, so.
Well, from what, mid-March till late August, I was just consumed with being a parent, because I was a parent 24/7. So
I may or may not have recently found a channel that takes songs by my favorite artist, turns them into 8-bit versions, and then makes videos of them as if they were video games that came out for the old NES.
Ooh.
And I am obsessed with this channel.
something about
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah, well,
Right.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying.
Right. Because Savvy Writes was talking about these people. I guess that's what it was.
I know, Kat, you had to watch it. They forced you. I understand. I remember the discussion about your fear, but well, not fear, but yeah. Speaking of kitty cats.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
I just heard a cat.
What? What?
Some cats are very loud and vocal.
She said, "You're sitting. That's my cue." Right.
I'm surprised I don't have a cat on my chest right now. I usually do by now. But I have one right beside me who's guarding the chair, so that's probably why.
She likes to be on camera sometimes. She's just laying on the bed going meow meow.
Yeah, you gotta pay. You gotta pay for the chair.
Meow.
The chair there. You gotta pay for the chair arm. Say hi to the people.
Aw.
It's my Jinxie. It's my Jinxie. Yeah, you gotta pay for the chair arm. Yeah. Okay, I'll put you back down. I will pay for that later.
So what's everybody? How'd everybody else do on the last sprint?
Yeah, I think we just got to talking about some other things, but how did you do, Bonnie?
I did 268 this round. So far tonight on your stream, I'm up to 496. So.
Okay. Cool. Very good.
You're not reenacting.
Awesome.
No.
And I ate 2 tacos. So.
Tacos? Why is everybody having tacos?
Oh, I haven't had that.
No, I want tacos. Wait, the hubby's home.
I only eat dinner because whenever I have dairy, I have an issue apparently, and I'm just might have an allergy. I'm not sure, but I can't eat dairy before I start talking because then I'll sound like what did I say earlier? The character Froggy from Little Rascals.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I remember him.
You know what I'm saying?
He was a little kid that sounded like Harvey Firestein.
Yes, exactly.
Charlie,
yes.
did I tell you that before?
That would be me.
What? Everybody should have a
That would be
Harvey
me if I ate.
Harvey's marvelous.
If I ate a shake, or if I had like anything loose dairy, or attempting to speak, that's what I would sound like.
That sounds like an allergy.
That is completely possible. So, well, I was also today wrestling with the this stand I got for my phone for like filming and watching and editing videos and stuff. But I was wrestling with it. I was like, this is not, the angle is all wrong. It's not good for filming. It's fine for watching and maybe editing and stuff, but it's really weird. The angle of it. It doesn't adjust completely. It's from baldhead.com. Yeah, isn't it? It's like it's really tilted, see? And that's as low as it's gonna get.
Really?
Are you recording on your phone?
No, I'm not streaming on my phone. I almost.
That should get lower. Does it maybe go the other way? Like, it'd be weird if it had a backstop on it. That's strange. Because I just bought a really cheap tripod and then got a really cheap selfie stick. And these have the same connector on them. So if I need to hold it, I've got this, and the phone holder connects to the tripod.
I have a light with a phone holder connected to my stand, all connected to my computer. So,
but my videos haven't had much video of me in them lately. So
mostly I just use the computer. So,
well, I started making those slideshow videos.
Oh, nice.
Because I don't like editing my face. So I started making the slideshow videos, and people have really liked them.
Yeah,
So
they've been good.
That's made me happy. And I'm glad I found a way to vlog in this style, because I after spending an entire week of forcing myself to actually film like of vlog content and then crashing my computer when I asked it to stabilize it.
Wow.
I was like, maybe vlogs and with video, just that's not for me.
I thought about, I'd like to do vlogs. I'm a little bit self-conscious. I can admit that. So
Well, vlogs are so important for AuthorTube, like in this space especially.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to figure out a way to make that work is kind of a big deal. It's kind of an important thing, at least for me.
Yeah. I want to make it work. I'm just not fast-tracked as some. So I'll take my time.
To creating vlogs.
Maybe I'll get it by the time I actually get my book published.
Are you going? I can think of. I know I've asked you this before, but are you doing indie or self? I mean, the same thing. Indie or trad?
I would like to do traditional, but I'm okay with indie. I'm okay. Indie's fine with me, long as I feel my quality of work is just as good as traditional publishing would be.
And a lot of it can be. I mean, it can be. You just have to be kind of selective.
Well, as somebody who comes from the queer spaces of the world, it's really difficult to get queer fiction out, especially if you're doing queer genre fiction, because they don't think that people will root for a non-cis white male protagonist still.
I'm all for indie publishing. I have no problem self-publishing.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, there are so many unfortunate reasons for people to go the way that I am.
Plus you have control over everything, so.
Which is a dangerous thing. I should not have this much power.
Charlie, somebody's got to be the boss.
Yeah, that would be the hubby.
The
hubby is the secret boss. Like, everybody thinks I'm the boss, but that's not true. He's just much more quiet about it than I am.
I'm only the boss. I'm the boss of certain things. Put it that way.
He's very good at the Machiavellian. He sees all behind the scenes.
My husband and I are kind of, we're pretty even in regards to a lot of things.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, especially. I mean, yeah, I would say so. I mean, he also does a lot of the cleaning. Not a lot of the cleaning, but he does various things around the house, like laundry. He can't stand the laundry. He can't stand the laundry not being done, and I can't stand the dishes not being done. So between us, it kind of works out.
I do all domestic duties in the house. For sure. 100%. So, and I'm okay with that.
Okay. Yep.
Hey. He's not home enough to be doing that stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah. For a while there, it was difficult for my husband to do a whole lot of stuff because he was working 2 jobs. And one of them was working for the local hockey arena. And so when
my husband is in sales, so he's works a lot, till like 10, 11 at night, from like 7. But he works his own schedule, so who knows? I don't know. So
okay,
he's busy, and I'm writing, so it's all good.
There you go. There you go. So that's cool.
You have a lot of free time.
I guess technically I have a lot of free time, but I fill it so much that it feels like I have none. Like,
I do other things too, so I have to escape home for my sanity, but
Oh
I'm
yeah.
such a homebody. Like,
me too, but I'm social too, so
I would say I'm about 75-25. 75 homebody, 25% the other way around. I'm pretty much an introvert. And
before
so
I met
when you were talking,
I'm just
go
saying,
ahead.
before I met the hubby, I was on a track to becoming a monk. So, that whole idea of just being alone and isolated, just like with your head. Yeah.
Actually, my
really?
mother.
Yes.
That's very
I'm
interesting.
not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the idea of that.
Most people think that it's very incongruous with me, but yeah, I was going to be a Franciscan friar.
Wow. That's interesting. So that
That's
tells me that
interesting.
you've moved a long ways away from where you were to where you are now.
I'm still an ordained minister, and that's kind of what I
Okay.
do in my regular life. But yeah.
Nice.
Cool. My mother has a friend, and he was a monk. I think he actually was a monk, and before he realized about some things, and I think it was for the same reasons, just to kind of, because he's a very private person, but he's also uh, he's not. What am I trying to say? Basically, he's gay, so so it was surprising to me when I first learned about it years ago. But so I basically understand what you're saying because I've talked to him about it. But it was a while back.
I just have to say, you haven't lived until you've been body checked in a soccer game by a nun. That is one of those key experiences in life that until you have that, you really have not lived.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
True story. I still have a scar from the cleat mark from the cleats on my ankle.
I'm still thinking about this monk thing. What made you want to be a monk, Charlie?
I am a very spiritual person.
Okay.
And I was actually working towards the priesthood until I had an argument with a bishop. And yeah, that I changed my mind and decided to go into, I still wanted to have a religious vocation. And I was heading towards joining a monastery. Okay. And it's something that, there are times when I wonder what my life would have been like if I had taken that path, not like out of regret or anything, but just like the what if scenario. Mm-hmm. Like who would I be now if that had happened? Because that was 24 years ago. I would have been a very different person than I am now. But
it's funny how making one decision differently changes the whole shape of your life, right?
Oh yeah.
Completely. Yeah, when I went to my first, I decided to go to my first writers meeting, and that was, it was a huge deal for me because I, like I said earlier, I have a tendency to, let's just say, I'm an introvert, and I can even have a little social anxiety. So it was a kind of a difficult choice to make because of that. So yeah, and I was in my late 20s, and you know, how many years later? I started freelancing a couple years later, and I've been doing that ever since. So.
I actually want to get more meditation videos up on my channel. I have one up there now on how to use active imagination in your writing, and people kind of liked it. And I want to do. I want to do some more of that.
That sounds really interesting.
Maybe the next sprint I'll take a break from writing and check that video out.
It's the one I always send people to when they're like, "How do you write so much?" I'm like, "Just there's a video." Like, I feel weird and self-promoting about it, but it's like I did a video. Like I do active imagination as part of my spiritual practice, and found myself using the same techniques in my writing, and the characters just pop alive, and I write down what they do.
Nice.
So
nice.
Cool.
Jung would be pleased.
I almost shared my notes. Instead, let's share. A different tab. Oh boy. I'm so tired. That looks really different. Why does that look so different?
You might need to refresh it. It gets janky sometimes.
I think I'll do that. And on this next sprint, I need to do something.
Because sometimes it just doesn't want the layers to be there.
Wow. So sorry for this slow internet.
I'm just saying, you said that you're surprised about my religious background. That's all going to go away on Sunday, because this story that I submitted to Orla Hart's anthology is basically about a fallen angel's confirmation service at the age of 13. So it has some very darkly religious overtones. I'm really excited for that. She said she's got over 50 submissions.
Wow. If you could sum it up in one sentence, what would it be, Charlie?
Adolescence is pain.
But pain reminds you you're alive, Charlie.
Oh, yeah. It's just what happens. It's why NBs like me should not write coming of age stories.
This last month, I've known I'm really alive.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like that's what this entire year was.
Yeah. Yeah, I
never stop having growing pains.
Well, I've never been one who put a lot of stock in astrology.
It's been such a strange year.
But we are literally at the cusp of the age of Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
And it really feels like the world is going through birth pains right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that really, it really feels like we're witnessing the death of the old world and a birth of a new one, like simultaneously.
Now I'm gonna have to go listen to that song.
If I was cool like Jace Maxwell or one of them, I would start singing it right now. But y'all do not need to hear that.
I stopped singing for people after middle school chorus.
I stopped singing. Well, I did middle school, high school, and college. And somehow, some way, somebody has talked me into doing the karaoke.
Nice.
They keep trying to get me to do
Yeah.
Yeah.
I attempted to do something. I'll just say that. It was an attempt.
Doll especially keeps trying to get me to do that because
Nice.
she's one of the few people on AuthorTube.
Because she's so good.
No, she's one of the few on AuthorTube who's actually heard me sing, and she keeps trying to get me to do the karaoke. And I'm just like, I can't sing.
Every time I think of karaoke, I think of Meadow singing Sarah Bareilles.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first song of one of my novel playlists. And she sang it so well.
Okay, Kat is here right now. Okay. Kat says, "Do it, Charlie."
You've actually heard me accidentally sing on the Discord, so you should know that should not be a thing. Because I thought my mic was muted, and it was not. And you've heard me sing along, so you know what that sounds like. You know better. You're just trying to punish people.
So where is that video, Charlie?
All right. If you go to OK Words channel and look up her birthday stream, I may or may not sing an ode to suicide at one point in that song, in that video.
I'm gonna check it.
I may or may not sing "Are You Afraid" by Typo Negative at some point in that.
Oh, boy.
And a little bit of Christian Woman.
Okay.
I really enjoy streaming with you on Thursdays, Heather.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit off this evening.
We're good.
I have to apologize. Really it's like my bio line.
Well,
Hello, my name is Charlie. I've been
I
a little
think I'm
bit
not as
years.
Who wants to say ready, set, go?
I'll do it. Let's see. Let me get this just right. All right, all you people, we're about to do a sprint. Is everybody ready? Get yourself ready. And now, stretch your
ready.
And now we're going to go. Get ready. Get set. Now, go. Get on with words. All the good words. Make sure they're written down. Now go.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, I definitely heard that.
I heard the music at the beginning, but I didn't hear it go off at the end.
20 minutes. But that's okay. Guess what I spent that sprint doing? Wrestling with my internet and saying goodnight to my kids. So.
If I had the money, I would send you a better internet connection. I don't know if that's possible where you live, but oh my goodness. You wrestle with it a lot.
Yes, I unfortunately. I thought it would be, better than what the current situation was.
It's kind of like when I was watching Meadow's stream the other day, and she had paid for them to upgrade her internet, and they hadn't yet. And it was still struggling, and she was just like, "I gave you money."
Oh, yeah. That's that.
But they hadn't flipped the switch yet, or whatever.
Oh, right. Oh my god.
I got a couple hundred words that time.
I have to figure something out about my internet. I don't know. Maybe I just need a newer laptop.
That could be it. I know when I stream, I have to run the timers on a separate computer, because if I try to do streaming and timers on the same computer, my laptop slows down. So
there is, what is By the Brook? She uses a little cheap $5 timer on a tripod, and I do like that idea.
I keep telling myself that I'm going to get one, and I'm going to call it Sis, because she's got bro, and then I'll have Sis, and it'll be awesome, and then I never do it. But I live in hope.
It'll be fine. Oh boy. How did everybody else do?
Mama gets the snaps. 147. Halfway through the start to mess around with Canva. Oh my goodness. Canva Pro is giving away a free month right now, which is why everybody's playing with Canva right now.
Yeah, I mentioned it during some stream, and everybody's like, "What?"
Yeah, and I've been playing around with it. If you saw the very beginning of my stream yesterday, I made a countdown timer to go into the stream with, and as a first experiment on there.
Okay.
Ow! Okay, I'm turning the camera on because you need to know why I'm owing. A cat suddenly decided that my skin belonged to her. Hello, Minerva. Yes. I'm surprised this didn't happen earlier. And by the way, this is one of the reasons why I started dictating my books, because it's really hard to type with a cat right here.
That would be hard.
I can't wait to see what Grimoire looks like.
I'm sorry?
I said I can't wait to see what the Grimoire looks like.
That sounds interesting.
I know I'm doing mine by hand because I got red for filth because I typed the words onto my fantasy map, and people have strong feels about that. So I'm going to be redoing it. It will be hand labeled in future. I'm sorry. It's amazing the things that people have feels about.
To Mama, I have just barely started playing with it. I haven't had much chance, but I really want to play with it while I can.
There's some fun stuff in there. I do wish they had some timer overlays because, everybody's thinking timers.
Yeah.
And they don't, but and they only allow you to have 100 slides in a video, so that's not a full timer.
Okay.
That's why I have a 60-second, I think it's a 60-second countdown that I made.
Okay. 60 seconds?
Yeah, when I go live, because it takes a minute for everything to click together. I used to use the one that they just give you in StreamYard, and I thought, why not make my own? And I did. It's creepy looking. It fits my branding. You're like taking my shirt off. I don't know if you're doing that, but that's too much skin. They'll see my scars.
The cat definitely loves you.
Yes, this cat has very much adopted me.
That's cute.
This is Minerva. I don't know where McGonagall is. She's hiding probably because the hubby is giving the dog a bath. So if you hear noises.
Understandable. Everybody's kind of sort of falling asleep around here.
Hey,
Oh, and I think I might join them pretty soon. Oh, goodness gracious.
all the kitties.
Did I ever ask you what you did? I don't remember. And let me unmute your mic. No, you did it. I'm sorry. So you are muted. Fine. I don't know if you knew. Just checking. But Canva is interesting.
It is. I use Adobe Spark for a lot of my stuff because I really like a lot of the tools that they have. And if there was a product that was somewhere in between, they would definitely have my money.
Oh yeah.
Like there are two features that Adobe Spark has that I cannot cope without having. So.
Oh.
But
yeah, I'd like to work on more branding stuff because I kind of want something in between what I have on like my thumbnails and stuff here on my channel and what's on my business cards that I've had for 2 years. 2 years this month.
You're muted, Bonnie.
I said I want to pet the kitty. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty.
Bunny's trying to pet you, you know.
I'm petting her. Hi.
As I always give the warning, like my background is in branding and marketing, so be careful getting that conversation started with me because it may go on.
Yeah, I was even talking to somebody earlier today about branding and what to call my shop and blah blah blah. What to call my Etsy shop. And eventually, I just settled on keeping it the same and just saying Heather Dewey Pettit because just making it more personal, I guess, being my own name.
Well, it's also very important to know what your brand's going to be. I mean, mine has been Project Shadow for a very long time. And the reason for that is it sums up everything that I do. I write dark fantasy, I write dark urban fantasy, and I write really dark space operas. So everything's dark, everything in the shadows. And then podcast, I talk about music and stuff that is dark. And I talk about movies that is dark. And everything's dark. So, So, if you can find something like that, unifying principle, do that, because that helps out a lot too.
Yeah.
And also, because my name has 2 T's in it, people forget that and mistype it a lot. So even though I have the domain for my name, people misspell it, and then, I don't want to have to buy every misspelling of my name.
Oh my gosh.
So, Charlie, what's the first word you think of when you say dark?
When I say dark, the first thing I think of is let's just say bloody nights in the arms of the ones you love.
Bloody nights in the arms of the ones you love.
Because I think every setting I write in has at least one.
Sounds like a bad night. Sounds like a bad night.
It's all about taste, honey. It's all about taste.
We're not tasting. So say that again.
Said it's all about taste, because
no.
This is the Gothy house.
In the arms of the one you love. What was the first part?
Bloody nights in the arms of the one you love.
The bloody nights is what gets me. Yeah.
Well, if nobody's bleeding, how do you know you're having fun? I think I just broke Bonnie.
Oh no.
Honest question.
I'm okay.
This has
It's a moment where I can say I think I have a character in every setting named Severin.
Severin.
Which, if anybody gets that reference, then you my people.
Yeah, I'm scared to say what I'm thinking.
Now you've got me curious. Like, these are all the stuff I have in arm's reach. Like, it's kind of, it's very much on brand. Like, Anne Rice ain't got nothing on me.
My business cards have an old-fashioned black typewriter, and the background is I don't have one this one. No, I don't. But the background is looks like parchment paper. Kind of powder-esque parchment paper, and then near the typewriter, there's it looks like spilled ink. One is black and one is white, or one's whatever the corrections is and whatever. I know it's very artsy and writerly, and I thought it kind of fit in with the fact that I'm writing fantasy, and I'm kind of pitching to just writers of fantasy and science fiction.
Well, it's a very cliche thing to say, but every writer really needs to have either a caricature or a headshot that you're willing to put on most of your branding, because people connect with faces.
Yes, there's that too.
And I mean, it doesn't even have to be a good one, because, for a very, very long time, I mean, that was me, and people were fine with that, and then I made that and I liked it better. But yeah. So make sure it fits with your style. I mean, I like this one because this looks like a character that would be hanging out with Jonathan Harker on his way to deal with Lucy and all of her problems.
I really like the pic you have up right now.
Thank you.
Well, me too.
But I'm just saying, as far as branding goes, that's something that you really should have. And that's something that you should be looking into, finding maybe a supportive friend that can help make one for you.
Yeah.
That's easier said than done sometimes, but.
Ahem. A supportive friend who might help make one for you. Ahem.
I see. Yeah, I'll do that too.
Because I make basically all of my own art, so
That's a good point. Gears are turning, apparently.
but know your color story. Color story is very important, and know the aesthetic that you want to have for things.
I do have faces in places. I think my face is not as dark as I write.
Well,
Somebody's dog. Is your dog clean, Charlie?
Thing.
Wondering what I heard. It kind of sounded like something tinny, or maybe a dog walking on a hard surface.
oh, that would be the hubby just took the dog out of the bathroom and is running her out to the deck. Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have muted my mic.
No, don't worry. I know that sounds. I've had dogs my whole life.
Yeah, we have hardwood floors because with allergies and whatnot. Carpet is not a thing. Carpet is not a thing.
Yeah, when we can choose that, that's what I want. Is hard floors, because I'm way over carpeting. But we don't have any choice right now because we're in an apartment. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
colors are very important, and making sure that they're on trend with your brand, which is why you notice all my colors are red and basically red, silver, gold, and black, because goth, and staying true to your color story. And fonts are the hardest part, because honestly, the coolest looking fonts are the hardest ones to read. So you have your cool font, and then you have your font that looks close enough to the cool font, but is clearly legible that you can use to put labels on things with.
Right.
Things out, though. It's okay to test things out.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Always test, because you never know what's going to actually work.
Right. And you might like something somebody else, nobody thinks the same.
That's true. That's very, very true. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for the reminder.
And like I keep saying, aesthetic is the most important part of this. As long as things fit together in the same story, you're doing good. Like that's right. Where most people get lost, in trying to make it all work. That's not my cat. And also, don't be afraid to confuse people, because this is my favorite avatar that I put up very rarely, because it's very much an inside joke for anybody who's read my work. That's a W. That is an old style W from back in the day, and is very important in one of the settings that I write in. You looked at that and you saw a P. Everybody looks at that and sees a P.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. But it allows you to have that kind of inside. It's not really an inside joke, but it's a shibboleth. It's something that only people that follow you understand. Like, why is that there? And that's a very important thing to have as well, especially if you're doing fantasy, because that's what fantasy is all about.
Cool.
It's all about consistency.
I definitely want to be consistent and get this book finished.
Yeah.
The hardest part of the job of a writer is getting to done.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
And it's okay to move at your own pace.
Yes.
It's okay what?
It's okay to move at your own pace. Just because people around you are moving a little quicker doesn't mean it's a race. Do what you can do.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's something I keep trying to remind people, like, because people are looking at my wordy updates and stuff, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm failing. I'm like, no, you're not. I've been doing this for 15 years professionally, and for most of my life before that, I have a lot more practice than you. That's all that it is. You'll get to your equilibrium at some point. Never judge yourself by others, because if so, I would be really upset, because I'm not friends with Amanda Palmer yet.
Over my head. I think I have to explain that to your question.
Was that a little too all dogs go to heaven?
So, Tamama, you saw a thorn? Yeah, it is similar to a thorn. One of the main alphabets that's used in one of my settings is insular unsicle, which is what most medieval texts were written in very early on. It's one of the first scripts that English was actually written in.
Okay.
And it was a simplified form of the Latin language, and actually was in many letters from it were inherited from into the rest of the language. That's where we got RJ from, for example. But
and then S's I know evolved
a lot.
only pretty recently, right? Only a couple hundred years ago, like during the American Revolution. I remember reading some things that they were using almost a J for an S or something.
Yeah,
or remotely like a J.
And double S's were often in the form of an F.
And there were not a lot of spelling consistencies and things like that.
Very correct. Well, the first true dictionaries didn't come around till about the time of the American Revolution.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why American English and British English is spelled differently, because there were competing dictionaries, and they wanted to be very nationalistic about things. And so the American dictionaries, if there was a choice of an alternate spelling from the one that was commonly used in England, chose that one instead. And that's why we write differently.
That's right. I remember hearing about this.
Bonnie, I don't know if you're or muted.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this book before?
That looks very familiar.
Can you say?
It talks about the historical thesaurus of the Oxford English Dictionary. So it tells you, like, even back to 1500s, 1400s of where the word.
Oh yeah.
From.
Yep. The OED is an amazing resource.
What's that called?
Oh, the OED.
The Oxford English Dictionary.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I need another drink, I think.
Once upon a time, I had a subscription to that, and would get lost perusing its pages because I'm a word nerd.
I ever had, oh boy.
I have quite a few dictionaries around here.
When I was growing up, I first got introduced to the Oxford English Dictionary because when I was growing up, one of my boyfriend's father had the complete printed set of the OED.
Oh, wow.
In his...
Pick up a whole library?
It's like 64 volumes, I think.
Wow. I think the days of people having encyclopedia sets and giant sets like that are over.
And it was just so much in my urban fantasy is actually Old English because everybody uses Latin and I wanted to be different. Oh. So I my Old English skills are a lot better than most people should be.
I find that fascinating, Charlie. I use something similar in my magical system. It's an old something.
Say it again.
It's an old something. It's an old.
What's it called?
Something.
Well, it's an old something, but it's. Yeah, I want to retain an element of mystery, but let's just say it's a British language.
if you really want to confuse everybody, because I almost did this, I almost used Middle English for the magic system because it's so close to our English that you look at it and you feel like you're going cross-eyed because you're like, I know that word, but what is that word? It really bothered me too much to read, and that's when I switched to using Old English because it's close enough that, like with Latin, you look at it and you go, huh, that's familiar, but I don't know what it is. And it doesn't make you feel like you've forgotten how to read.
Yeah. So, but because I have a lot of, I will be having lots of words in this other language. It's real language, but it's obviously, but it's one of the oldest languages that are still in use today. So that really attracted me, and yeah, that's part of my magical system.
That's cool. The ones that come to my mind would be either Arabic, Aramaic, Hebrew, or some form of Hindi, Sanskrit. When you talk about old languages that have been around forever.
Okay. So I have to stop. Otherwise, it won't be a mystery.
That's okay. I've started teaching myself Punic Aramaic because of a thing that I'm wanting to do. So just don't be like me, kids. Have a life.
But you're getting smarter and smarter, Charlie.
Punic Aramaic is so close to Hebrew, it hurts my head.
Well, I like languages, but I definitely don't know Hebrew or Arabic. Pretty decent at Spanish.
Yeah, I was pretty decent at Spanish too.
I feel like Spanish is the one language I cannot learn. I have tried, and I don't know why my brain doesn't work with it. It didn't. I couldn't. I've never been able to pick up French either.
I'm a Jill of all trades, master of some.
German and Russian I didn't have trouble with. I love German. It's a beautiful language.
Yeah, the only class I ever took.
Charlie.
In language.
Ja, lubię тебя.
Oh my God. Sorry, I'm just realized that I put on my to-do list to learn Swedish because I'm that person.
I'd like to learn some Gaelic.
Some
languages. Gaelic languages.
Irish is available on Duolingo to learn for free, and I believe Welsh was just added on there. And I don't think Scottish is, but
Can you tell me, say that again, please?
Irish Gaelic.
The name of the thing you're just
Duolingo. Duolingo. I use that for a lot of language study because it's one, free, and I really like its lessons that it has. They have a paid version if you want to, and it just takes away the ads. Basically, between lessons, they put up an ad. And that's how it pays for itself, but I like it a lot. I've been using that to learn Japanese right now, lately.
Konnichiwa.
That is the only word I know, probably.
Pretty basic. Yeah. I went to high school with a girl who was half Japanese, half American, so I picked up a few things.
Cool.
And I worked with a Russian lady, so she taught me a few things. I know a little bit of a lot of different languages. So
all I know is my friend.
I know a lot of though.
A Japanese friend of mine keeps telling me anytime somebody tries to speak to me in Japanese, I just need to just say, what is it? Nihon jin tori tori.
I know a little Vietnamese too, so but only naughty stuff. So
Thank you for the offer for that. I really need to just get to being colloquially good with it. Because I'm trying to learn to read it at the same time, and my eyes do not want to focus on the kanji. But
You're taking on a lot, Charlie.
I have no life.
Neither do I. I used to.
No, two of my favorite series of books are were originally written in Japanese, and I've only read them in translation. And I want to read them in the original. So,
Yeah, like go for it.
That and
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta imagine it's gotta be so hard to learn like Japanese fully.
And my absolute favorite band in the world sings mostly in Japanese, so I would like to not have to look up translations for their songs.
That's amazing.
Very cool.
I've never been to Japan.
I have not either, but I am obsessed.
They have a 100% run hotel run by robots in Japan that I think would be just wow.
That
would be pretty cool. Well, they're ahead of us in tech, it seems like.
It's because they're literally a day ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
They literally live in the future.
Oh yeah.
The last what? 30 plus years.
Oh yeah. They're really on the AI stuff too.
40 years.
Over there. Yep.
Quite true. Well, we have been on for almost exactly 3 hours. Does anybody want to start wrapping it up?
Sure.
That's not a question you should ever ask me. I am like the queen of the forever streams. So, like, ask other people.
That is very true.
Like, for me, a short stream is like 4 or 5 hours.
Charlie's like, I want to keep going.
Yeah. Energizer bunny. However, I am surviving on very few hours of sleep. So I might call it a night.
Sure.
Your channel, your
I have things going on this weekend.
You're going to be
What did you say,
amazing.
Charlie? I'm sorry.
Said it's your channel, your rules.
Oh,
I'm just a barnacle on the grand ship that
good
is
point.
you.
Hey,
But
Charlie,
I like to always ask what people do.
I put my email in the private chat. If you ever want me to hang out with you, let me know.
Alrighty, I will.
You're sounding like a robot. Cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
I think that's my internet, but you guys were sounding like robots back there. But no worries.
Are we gonna do outros, or what's going on? Are we doing another sprint? So I think Heather's froze.
I think Heather froze. I really want to get her a hotspot or something.
Something, yeah.
I mean, we just upped our internet because between me and the hubby, like, something's always streaming.
Right. Right. I think there's probably 3 other people online streaming, talking online right now as I'm online streaming. So.
The problem is they break the actual internet protocols, which are all protocols that operate on the internet were designed to be symmetrical. But if you look at your actual build, they're telling you get like 30 megs down and 3 up or something like that. That's not how the internet was built. They have to basically put a box on the internet to break the internet so that they give you less of an upload speed than a download speed.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you a secret I'm not so proud of. I used to do after I started copywriting, they said, oh, you should, do direct sales. You should do customer service to learn this and that. So I took a job and I was a customer service specialist for AT&T for about a year, and I did retention sales for DirecTV, cable, internet, home phone, cell phones, regular internet, fiber internet, everything. And the internet stuff it's just a big game. I'm gonna just zip it there, but I did that for a year, and and
yeah,
I'm not happy with the person who suggested I take a job like that for a year at all. It was a complete waste of time.
We all have our dark secrets.
Yeah. Well, the manager knew when every weekend I came in, I go, week 12. I was counting how many weeks I was going to work there. Because I need a certain amount of experience doing this before I can excel in what I really want to do. I had tops. I won a lot of stuff with them, though. I did really well there, but they have good incentives. You win good prizes, but the internet, man. We want to get you better internet, Heather. That's all.
Yeah, we were just talking about ways that we could devise to maybe fix your internet.
I don't know what to do. I'm not sure.
I can tell you the one thing to do. Next time you look at your bill, see what your upload is, because that may be most of what your issue is they may have you on a really asymmetrical list, and you may not be getting enough upload for YouTube and StreamYard to be happy. That could be a big part of the disconnection.
What kind of internet do you have?
I know nothing about this kind of stuff.
I'm just saying it should be listed. It should say somewhere on your bill, upload speed, download speed. That should be on your bill. If it's not, I will send you a link.
Okay. That sounds good. We have AT&T. Yeah. Because that was what we could get with our Fire Stick.
Okay. Did you get Fire Stick with AT&T?
I'm sorry?
I said, did you get the Fire Stick free from AT&T?
That could be. I think so.
Well,
we needed, when we got the smart TV, because
the internet, the fiber goes through glass tubes under the ground, and it goes in waves. So when it goes from the starting point, it goes up and down, up and down. So depending where you are located from those lines depends how strong your internet connection will be. So if you're not in a good position, it wouldn't matter what you have, depending on the flow of the fiber optic cables, because it goes in waves.
It also really depends on how many people are connected to the same box.
Right.
And depending on the material of the wire, how far you are away from said box.
Right. It depends if you're on just, if you're on fiber. Fiber is a little bit different. Fiber is so great. They actually run fiber optic lines underneath the ocean.
Yep.
Which is insane to think about.
Wow. It is. That's amazing.
Oh, that was the worst job I ever had.
Well, we're not having that contest tonight.
Thanks for sending that link, Charlie. Maybe I'll.
Yeah, that's really simple. Whatever it tells you for your upload, you really want the upload to be between 1 and 3 megabits per second to do streaming. So
Mbps, yeah.
Yeah, and your bill should say what they promise you. And if you're not getting what they promise you, you need to have a talk. but that will tell you what you actually have.
Right. It'll be like
Thank you for that.
5, 10, 25, 50, 75, 100. And then
I mean, I've discussed it with my husband, but he
go into the fiber and stuff. Yeah.
Uh-oh, are you frozen again? Sweetie. Okay.
I gotta wipe that whole
Okay.
internet from my
You know what?
burn some sage.
It's doing that again. So
Sage.
I think I'm going to go ahead and end this meeting because,
Alrighty.
yeah, because the internet.
Okay.
Yay, internet.
I had
Anyway.
fun time.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fun.
I did the hardest
Yeah.
part. I named 2 characters and got a city named. That's the hardest part of my job. Names.
And I got a little social interaction, so I'm happy.
does my face look funny? Because I'm going,
It's it's okay.
or we can just say goodbye. We can just say goodbye. Because I don't know if anybody can understand.
Watch my channel in October for unboxings and prizes.
Ooh. That sounds exciting.
I'm going to give away a crate box, Scribbler, or another one, depending on what the person who wins picks.
And Sunday on my channel, there will be an original story with original artwork from me as a part of Orla Hart's wonderful anthology that I'm so excited for.
Nice.
Cool. And if I can talk without sounding like a robot, I am Heather Dewey Pettit, and I am a writer, editor, and sometime artist. And I'm working on, I'm smack dab in the middle of my young adult fantasy, and I'm going to Necronomicon Tampa this weekend. I will be speaking on a panel about writing for the young adult audience on Saturday at 2 p.m. I don't know if it's going to be recorded, but it might be, and if so, it'll go on their YouTube channel. I'm planning on linking all the things when this is over, possibly just waiting until the morning. We'll see. if I really am that brain dead, which apparently I am. I don't know. What else am I going to say? That's pretty much it.
I'm sorry if you can hear me laughing in the background. My cats have not figured out how glass works, and there's a moth on the outside of the window, and they're going crazy. They haven't figured out that glass will prevent this.
That's cute. No worries. But stonehill.org can get you to Necronomicon 2020. Oh, by the way, it's online and free. This is last year's thing. Yeah, the thing.
Program.
Program, thank you. It's the drive-in movie. Yeah. They just used a very similar thing for this year. It's pretty cool. It's free. We talk a lot about fantasy, science fiction, horror, comic books, and anything else you can possibly think of. There's usually a writer's workshop. Just saying. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you for coming, you two. And yeah, I guess we'll say goodnight.
Hi, Charlie.
Bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye, friends.
The full wax on, wax off. There we go.
Let me end it.